So, questions come up, and I think we've asked this before, but let's ask it again. What would it take, and what would the components be to create another Iceberg machine?
Well, I think I told you this, but maybe I didn't, that I tried. In 2004, I bought a couple of those little square Macs, little flat Macs, and a couple of large screens, and I got a copy of Digital Performer 5 or whatever it was. I've already forgotten all this stuff, because I was using a Roger Lynn device all time the last years I was playing, and everything I was doing I programmed on this device. I had never gone to a program like the one I was just talking about, but I worked it. I got virtual synthesizers on this setup, where you put a picture up of a mini Moog and then you use the mouse and change the knobs. And all I did was prove that it doesn't work. That I needed to have the instrument sitting there so I could reach over and grab the appropriate hardware and move it, change it. And that just doesn't exist. I mean, I don't think I could build an Iceberg machine if it was today. I think, and if I had the money, I certainly couldn't do it, because one of the main components of building an Iceberg machine was not having the money to do it. Because if you had the money, you'd buy all the stuff. But if you buy all the stuff, you got to learn to work all the stuff. And you can't learn to work all the stuff but one at a time, really. And that's the way the whole Iceberg machine was built. I mean, I'd buy a piece because it had a nice name, like an Oberheim expander module. I thought, boy, that sounds great. I didn't even get one of those. And I could only afford one piece at a time, and then I'd slowly learn how to work it, and then I'd have it at home, and then I'd try to put it into the show. And my performance always dipped as soon as I put something new in the show. I couldn't work it well on stage. It would always be difficult for me. But the end result was that my performance always did progress and get better when I did that. I mean, you have to change in order to progress. However, I would say that there was a point where my show was better than it was later. And that was before I programmed stuff, before MIDI. Because MIDI was great when I was doing it manually. But as soon as I figured out how to program, I was trying to be a one-man orchestra machine, and as soon as I learned how to have the thing help me do this stuff, it took away that that scary part where you have something not work. And one of the great things about doing my show at Walt Disney World was working without a net. It was really fun. I mean, scary, yes, very scary. I always thought the machine broke down, that they might fire me. You know, I didn't. They never fired me. It was pretty good. Anyway, I'm just thrilled just to play the piano, and I go and I play the piano every morning for some people locally, and I just love to do it. And I think the piano ended up being my ultimate favorite instrument.